Okay, what is up, everybody? So there is this fairly old clip of Neace, but he posted it to his Twitter fairly recently, and so I'm deciding to talk about it now. It's not that old; it's just a couple of weeks. But he talks about LS, and I'm gonna go over whether his claims about LS are true or not. So this is gonna be a video more dedicated to talking about LS than Neace. But let's hear it right now. Yeah.
My favorite LS moment is that the guy gets fired, right? He gets fired from Cloud9. I actually know why he gets fired. I can't say, because I got homies over there. Funniest part to me is the reason that they won't say is because LS fans are so fucking delusional. The guy literally cannot do the jobs. Every time he gets hired, he doesn't work, he doesn't do shit, he gets fired. Cloud9 is so scared to talk shit about the dude and say why he gets fired. Even though, like, his whole team practically votes him off. My favorite LS...
Okay, yeah, and there's obviously going to be some truth to that. I don't know what level, but he was fired from Cloud9, and yeah, let's get into it. Okay, and so this is Cloud9 saying that they released LS. It's over a year old at this point, but I'm deciding to make it because Neace said he had inside information around it, super secret inside information. Knowing Neace, it could be very much a lie, or he's actually just jealous of LS's success or whatever, but yeah, this is where it all started. Them saying that they have released LS from head coach, and yeah, people are not very happy about it. Look, this has to be cap. Everyone's saying they don't like it. I just threw out every piece of Cloud9 merchandise, and then obviously this does show that LS does have a very active fan base, but maybe there's a reason the fans are so upset about this. So let's get into what C9 said about why they fired him. Okay, so this is a response made by C9. As you can see, these are like C9's like members here, some of them.
Unfortunately, the reason why we got to the point we were with LS was that Cloud9 for years has developed systems on how we like to coach and operate our team. And despite our best efforts working with LS to try to come to terms and see eye to eye on how that should work, we're unable to make that actually happen. I think it's important to note that all players, coaches, and management were aware of these issues and frustrations, and our mutual efforts to try to resolve them over the last several weeks. Unfortunately, as time went on, it was really clear that we were unable to find a resolution.
Okay, so here they say that they had like differences with the coaching styles, and they're trying to be very nice about it here, but they're saying that they could not fix it with LS, and yeah, it was unfixable pretty much. So that does paint a bit of a picture. Like, they are obviously trying to be nicer and trying to cover up some of what happened. So that brings the question, what actually happened? And yeah, that's really the question as it stands. I mean, they just claim it's a coaching issue, like differences, but let's hear what other C9 members and people in general have to say about it. Okay, and this is Fleege, obviously one of the close friends of LS on C9, and maybe part of the reason that LS went to C9, but yeah, this is a Reddit post about this video made interviewing Fleege largely about LS, and he says it was probably the best outcome for both parties. It wasn't really working, and yeah, that's pretty much what he says here. I mean, it's not too interesting or anything, but he pretty much says he's not that upset about LS being fired. I'm not going to go over too much of it. It's nothing groundbreaking, I don't think, from what I saw of it, but it is interesting because he's one of LS's closest friends, and he doesn't really try to protect LS. He says it kind of sucks, but he's like, it's not that bad. I'm more worried about other things. And he says, like, the truth is going to come out eventually or something like that, but it hasn't yet. Like, what actually happened does not come out yet, which is very interesting, right? And yeah, it's just an interesting thing. Like, he's not really jumping to defend LS too much here, as you would think he might be. Okay, but another C9 member, C9 Sven, also talked about LS here. And this was in a pretty bad way. He said he was like slamming tables and stuff. Yeah.
You guys know about the Sven went on Summoning Insight thing, right? Where he said that I slammed tables, right?
Okay, so that's pretty much what he said. But yeah, let's hear about why LS did it and what I think this might mean.
I got really pissed, and
So he got really pissed. He's saying here he was getting upset about like what the team was doing. And so then he slams the table.
The same way that you guys see me on stream, I smack my desk. Like when you see me deal with like really toxic like chatters,
so obviously it's getting
pretty upset. I just smacked my desk with my four fingers extended, right? I smacked the desk that I'm sitting at, and I went to stand up, and Johnny, the team manager, is in like the kitchen cutoff, and he turns around like he thinks something is going to escalate or something.
So obviously it was pretty loud and pretty heated in there because someone thought that was going to happen, even if LS didn't mean anything by it.
Something's going to get bigger. Max waves his hand down at Johnny like it's fine. And then, so it goes me, Sven in a chair, Max.
And so that's pretty much it. So, but this does show that he is getting very loud and sometimes toxic. So C9 said it was pretty much due to coaching differences and like system differences that he was let go. But then this would insinuate that it was due to different things entirely. It could actually be due to his toxicity, and Neace said it was pretty much due to his laziness. I have not found much evidence of that. But yeah, Neace said there's some like main reason too that he could not share, and maybe it would have to do with some incident kind of like this, or him being like really horrible to players. All right, and so then I have this here to say, because this is about Nemesis, someone who LS has worked with in the past a lot, and they had a bit of a I guess falling out, and yeah, this kind of can show a bit of LS's personality here. Yeah, it's pretty crazy what he does to Nemesis here, actually, in my opinion.
I asked him to come out to Korea. I got him on Gen G. We were supposed to do stuff together. And then I wanted to do Cloud9 because I thought this would be the last chance that we could ever come close to getting a team that could maybe do something. I thought this was probably the only chance to do it. So I really wanted to do it. And then Nemesis didn't want to do it. And then I went ahead with it anyway, and I got really upset at him.
Okay, and I don't think it's really fair for LS to get upset at Nemesis here. He can kind of do whatever he wants, so that just might show his personality. You know, LS does have some like issues. You know, he's autistic a little bit. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it might just show that he isn't the best at like understanding people's emotions sometimes, and can be a little bit maybe colder, unfeeling, or inappropriate in some situations. And that could be another reason why he actually was kicked from C9. But yeah, in the end, it's really impossible to say whether Neace was lying. Is C9 really trying to protect LS from some crazy kind of big falling out that would happen, or is he lying and LS did nothing wrong, was kind of fired for no reason despite being a mastermind coach? It's really tough to say. Obviously, LS does have a lot of good things to add to any team, and he may have just been a bit of a bad influence. I want to end this video off to them talking up this Reddit post talking about why LS got fired, and it says the closest we'll probably ever get to it. And it's just people talking about it, but this is one comment here I wanted to really, I guess, elaborate on and look at, because I think that this might be a very good analysis of why LS actually got fired. It says, a head coach has to worry about conflict resolution, keeping scrims practice schedules aligned, and making sure the entire operation is steering in the right direction of winning. If LS is a strategic coach, he gets to push the same philosophy. C9 gets to benefit from his base tier drafts, and yeah. But obviously, LS is not good at keeping scrims running, not good at conflict resolution. So that may have been the reason. In the end, you know, there's no way of knowing whether it was just some crazy thing that happened or it was just this, but maybe it's somewhere in the middle. I think it's very possible that it was just a bit of a misunderstanding. But it would obviously have to be a pretty big one for them to fire him so abruptly when he is so popular. But yeah, let me know what you think about it in the comments, and yeah, see y'all in the next video.